Hey guys, welcome to a new video. It is time to follow another historical makeup tutorial. And in fact, Ern Westmore is back. We have talked about him several times on this channel already. I followed one of his hair tutorials from the early 60s, and then through that video I discovered one of the most amazing pin curling techniques ever, which was in fact something he kind of just mentioned as something that was no longer done and didn't work well. I will admit that through those two experiences I've had with him, my trust in Ern Westmore has dropped a little bit. He has some makeup tutorials as well. Now, for those who are unaware, Ern Westmore was a renowned hair and makeup stylist in Hollywood in the 50s and 60s. And Glamour Days has uploaded some videos to their YouTube channel from a tape where he teaches women how to use his techniques at home. So there is a series of little clips on Glamour Days from this video which deals with makeup for different face shapes. As I'm sure most of you are aware, throughout the majority of the 20th century, the kind of beauty ideal was an oval face shape, and a lot of the makeup rules that were used in the 20th century are kind of geared towards molding all face shapes to that perfect oval face shape. So I am pretty sure this video that is specifically targeted for round faces is going to involve some of that as well. We're gonna watch it together. I'm gonna follow the tips. We'll see what we end up with. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna pin back my bangs so that we can get a good look at that face shape of mine. Alrighty, let's get started. Mr. Westmore, what do you have to say this time?
Believe it or not, all three of these are the same face. Today I'll show you the makeup do's and don'ts for the round face shape. Hello there, I'm Ern Westmore. As I've shown you in other sessions, there are 5 basic shapes of face. They are the oval, which is the ideal. Then there's the round, the square, the oblong, and the triangle. And since there's a separate set of basic rules for makeup and hairstyling for each one of these 5 shapes of faces, it's most important that you learn to follow the set of rules for your type of face only. Your shape of face is determined by the breadth of your forehead and the breadth of your jawline. Now then, if you have a rounded hairline and a rounded jawline of equal breadth, yours is the round shape face, the shape of a ball. So let me show you the makeup do's and don'ts for affecting the illusion of ovalness for your round face shape.
Okay, here we go. So we're basically going to make the round face oval. I have to say, this model is not necessarily what I would define as a round face. I feel like her face is maybe more of a square. I'm not 100% sure my face is round either. I always have trouble determining these things. I might be more of like a diamond shape, I guess, or a heart-shaped face. But looking at myself and then looking at her, I feel like my face is more of a circle, whereas hers is more kind of squarish. Anyways, we'll see where this goes.
Here is Miss Round Face without any makeup or hairstyling whatsoever. Her face is drab, and she simply wouldn't be fair to herself or her family if she continued to look like this. Here is Miss...
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Really? Okay, wow, oh man. I have seen plenty of these vintage makeup tutorials, and I know that they can be rather savage. They are ruthless. They, say it as it is or how they feel that it is. Ooh, that was something else. Miss Roundface would bring shame to herself and her family if she continued to look like that. Wow. Okay, usually I'm able to laugh at these. This is the first time I actually feel personally offended. That was, wow, that was something else. Alright then, Mr. Westmore. I must say he just dropped in my esteem by about 50 points. So, alright, let's just move on and hope this doesn't get worse from here.
Here is Miss Round Face after applying all of the correct basic makeup and hairstyling rules. Now, here's how she looked with incorrect makeup before she learned to apply the correct makeup. Incorrect, haphazard makeup is just as bad as none at all. Now, don't make up your eyebrows with a heavy, rounded hook like this. And don't make them straight or too thin. Make up your brows this way. Keep a soft, natural curved line, and use a sharp eyebrow pencil. Try to match the color of your hair.
All right. I still haven't recovered. Okay, let's try to follow the tutorial. I can't say I particularly like the eyebrows that he did on her, but I guess they're the fashionable shape for the time period. So I'm gonna try and do something similar to my own eyebrows here. So not too round, not too square. He did fill them in quite heavily, I must say. I think these would be Ern Westmore approved eyebrows. Maybe they're a bit too straight, but that's just how my eyebrows look. It's a natural shape in any case, and I think that's what he wanted.
Now, let's look at the contrast of these eyes with and without makeup. Remember, your eyes are the most important feature of your face.
I actually feel so bad. She looked gorgeous without makeup. It's a very beautiful woman. Wow, I don't think I've ever been this affected by one of these vintage videos. Anyways, there isn't any further instruction on how to do the eye makeup, so let me grab some kind of natural colored eyeshadow, because I do think there is something there. Trusty old Naked palette. It's been a while since I used that. So I'm just gonna take, I think, this color right here with my fingers and just apply that on the outer part of my eye. That's about all I can see on her from this photo, just a tiny little bit of shadow. And I do believe there is some highlight going on the inner corner, so I'm going to do that as well. Okay, and then there is a liquid eyeliner. Okay, bit of a shorter wing. I think that's about right. And then a good coat of mascara, might actually even be false eyelashes. Looking at the difference between her eyes there. Going back in with an eyeliner pencil, because it does actually look like there is something in her inner corner as well. On second thought, it might all be pencil, but the difference wouldn't be too great, I think. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is now. I need to have a little pencil line here. I think that's more like what she's wearing.
This is the incorrect makeup for Miss Round's lips. Don't overemphasize your mouth with a very full, rounded lower lip as you see here. Try making them up like this, with a natural, soft, wider curve. And remember, your upper and lower lips should be about the same fullness.
My natural lips are quite rounded and not very wide. So I'm not sure now whether I'm supposed to follow my natural lip line or make them wider. Let's just start with my natural lip line and see from there. I'm not gonna overdraw in any case. Or, yeah, let's just try it and see. My face looks very different from hers, and especially my lip shape does. I have to agree that a rounded lip shape like I have, and that is kind of accentuated when I apply red lipstick, does accentuate the roundness of my face. However, I have mentioned before that I actually really like round faces. I think they're very cute and soft and feminine looking, so I don't actually mind looking extra round. I actually really like this look. I feel like small lips and a round face are very doll-like. But, you know, to follow Mr. Westmore's advice, I think I'm gonna try and make my lips a bit more wide and less kind of pouty and like 20s doll lips. That's a wider top lip in any case. Let's try and do the same thing on the bottom lip. I will say it is very hard to make the lips wider without looking clownesque. Not entirely sure I succeeded in that. It's kind of hard to look at my own face objectively just because I am so familiar with my own face, obviously. I mostly just feel like this looks really, really weird because I've never seen myself like this before, with such wide lips. Can't say I really prefer it over my natural lips, but does it make me look less round, more ovally? Let's move on.
Now, here's the rules for applying cheek rouge for the round face. Don't apply rouge in a circle. It will accentuate the roundness of your face. Here's the do's. Apply the rouge on the outer portion of your cheeks. Blend it lightly up toward your temple and down around and under your jawline. It will act as a shadow and help reduce the fullness of your jaw.
That's a lot of blush. Okay, let's try it. Have a palette here.
Use the darkest tone of rouge that will blend with your complexion.
Okay, let's go for this one then. This is California by Benefit. A lot darker than what I would usually do. I usually go for Dandelion here. It starts on the outer part and it's blended up and then down. I do quite like that blush, actually. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it might look a little bit as if I'm actually blushing with embarrassment when you place it on such a wide, like big area of the face, but it actually looks quite nice. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's do the other side as well. Okay, I'm not sure again if it's making me look more oval, but it is a nice blush placement actually. I do quite like that. Still weirded out by the lips. But let's see if there's anything else. I doubt there is, but let's just watch the rest of the video.
Now, there's no reason in the world why this round face should look like this, when she can look like this, by simply following the makeup rules for the round-shaped face that has enhanced her natural beauty, to prove again that there isn't a woman in the world who can't become more beautiful.
I didn't enjoy watching that one at all. It left a very bitter taste in my mouth. Somehow I feel like this one is different than the others that I've watched before, and I'm not sure if it's just because this one is talking specifically about round faces, which is me, or if it's actually worse than what I've heard before, but I feel like this one's extra offensive and extra rude. That comment about her family, that was just way too much. Maybe I'm being too sensitive here, but I mean just... Okay, what do you think about the makeup, guys? I am still weirded out by the lips. I feel like my lips came out more like her don't lips than the do lips. But I think that's because my natural lip shape is so different from hers that when I try to make a more natural, wider lip shape, it actually ends up looking really overdrawn because it is. I also don't feel like it's necessarily more balanced with my face. I'm not a huge fan. Again, I do like the blush placement. The eye makeup is pretty much the same as I always do, but again, there weren't any specific instructions for that. The eyebrows are quite heavy, but I think they are a bit too heavy on her as well. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on this whole thing. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyle content and hopefully less savage vintage makeup tutorials. If you would like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there'll be links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching and I'll see you very soon in my next video.